Caitlin Clark, she is your star player. She's having an injury that is jumping. It's not one that is just staying in one area. It's jumping from quad to groin and now to another groin.
She is your star player. She's having an injury that is jumping. It's not one that is just staying in one area. It's jumping from quad to groin and now to another groin. An injury that's jumping. That's the chilling diagnosis of what's happening to Caitlin Clark's body right now. And while the entire internet is rightfully losing its mind over a single brutal-looking play, they're missing the real story. The story isn't just about another missed call or another star player getting hurt. It's about what happened after. It's about a calculated move made in plain sight, a public statement that was so carefully worded, most of the media didn't even catch its true meaning. Tonight, we're connecting the dots because Caitlin Clark's own coach, Stephanie White, just blew the lid off the WNBA's silent, multi-million-dollar gamble and exposed the league for what they've truly been doing to their biggest asset. And I promise you, it's much more deliberate than simple incompetence. For all of you narrative analysts out there who live for the story behind the story, go ahead and smash that like button to let us know we're on the right track. It helps us filter out the noise and focus on what really matters. Okay, let's set the stage. The catalyst for all of this was the July 15th game between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun. It's the final minutes, the Fever are closing out a win, Caitlin passes the ball and starts moving back up the court, and that's when it happens. New footage, which immediately went nuclear on social media, appears to show the Sun's Jacy Sheldon making direct, knee-first contact with Clark's groin area. Clark goes down. She leaves the game with what was later confirmed to be a re-injury of her right groin.
These referees was completely ridiculous yesterday. It was just
These referees was completely ridiculous. Yesterday was just sad. And that's putting it mildly. The ref was just feet away and there was no call, no whistle, nothing. To the millions watching, it felt like a blatant, targeted attack on a player who has already been sidelined for 10 games this season with a series of injuries to her quad and groin. Fans were furious, and the clip generated a reported 12 million views in just 24 hours. The narrative was set. Jacy Sheldon assaulted Caitlin Clark, and the league did nothing. But as we've learned, the story that explodes first is almost never the full story. And the first thing we need to do as narrative analysts is filter out the signal from the noise. You've probably seen titles online claiming Jacy Sheldon suspended for brutal assault. Let me be perfectly clear. According to all official reports and league sources, that is false. There has been no suspension, and that fact is actually the most critical piece of this entire puzzle, because the league's inaction is what forced the Indiana Fever's hand and led to the real story here. While the internet was chasing a non-existent suspension, they missed the bombshell that was quietly dropped by Fever head coach Stephanie White. After the game, when asked about Clark's recurring injuries, she gave a statement that, on the surface, sounds like standard coach speak. But when you analyze the words, you realize it's a masterclass in strategic communication. This is what she said, word for word. Someone who has the ball in her hands as much as Caitlin, the physicality that she's experiencing for 40 minutes, it causes you to load differently, explode differently, accelerate and decelerate differently. Now let's break that down. She doesn't blame one player, she doesn't scream about one missed call, she uses clinical, almost scientific language. Load differently, explode differently. This is not an emotional outburst, it's a diagnosis. She is publicly creating a direct causal link between the accumulated wear and tear the league is allowing and the injuries that are sidelining her star player. She's building a case, on the record, that this isn't about one dirty play. It's about a pattern of neglect. It's a brilliant move. She's not giving the league an easy headline to react to. Instead, she's forcing them to confront the environment they've created.
No, this coach is just more concerned about playing along, playing politics.
No, this coach is just more concerned about playing along, playing politics. But see, that's where this gets interesting. Stephanie White is refusing to just play politics. She's using the public platform to do what the league office won't, protect her player. She's not just talking to the media in that clip, she's talking through them, directly to the commissioner's office. And this wasn't a random comment. It was the culmination of weeks of mounting frustration. To understand the weight of Coach White's words, we have to connect the dots and look back. This wasn't just about the July 15th game. This has been brewing for weeks. Let's rewind to a month earlier, June 17th. Same two teams, Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun. Watching the Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun game,
And I swear every time these two teams go up against one another, something happens, and it's honestly never good.
Watching the Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun game, and I swear every time these two teams go up against one another, something happens, and it's honestly never good. That game was a powder keg. According to official game reports, Jacy Sheldon was hit with a flagrant 1 foul for poking Caitlin Clark directly in the eye. Later in that same game, another player, Marina Mabry, pushed Clark to the ground, earning a technical foul that the league later had to upgrade to a flagrant 2 on review. The game ended with even more chaos, with multiple players, including Sheldon, getting ejected for another hard foul. It was a clear escalation of physical, targeted play. And what was the league's response to this series of flagrant fouls and ejections? No suspensions, just fines. Let that sink in. The league reviewed the tape, saw a player get poked in the eye, saw another get pushed to the ground, and their official response was a financial penalty, a slap on the wrist. The message sent that day was crystal clear, not just to the Fever, but to the entire league. You can target Caitlin Clark. You can cross the line. The consequence will not be missing games. It will be a line item on your expense report. This is the pattern of neglect that Stephanie White is talking about. This is the history that sits behind her carefully chosen words. She saw the league refuse to act a month ago, and she knew that if she didn't escalate her tactics publicly, nothing was going to change. She had to create a new narrative because the league's official one was simply not protecting its most important player. And why is Caitlin Clark so important? Well, it's not just about the incredible things she does on the court, it's about the numbers. Cold, hard, undeniable numbers. Okay, let's talk about why Coach White's gambit isn't just about protecting a player, it's about protecting the entire future of the WNBA. We have to follow the money. According to deep economic analysis, Caitlin Clark's total impact on the league is projected to be worth between $875 million and $1.0 billion in 2025 alone. She is, without exaggeration, a walking, talking, billion-dollar stimulus package for women's basketball. Still not convinced? Let's look at the TV ratings. When Caitlin Clark is out with an injury, viewership for WNBA games has dropped by a staggering 55%. That's not a dip, that's a cliff. The league is currently heading into new media rights negotiations set to start in 2026 that are estimated $2.2 billion. Caitlin Clark is the centerpiece of those negotiations. Her presence, her health, and her ability to be on that court is the primary driver of that valuation. Your primary asset is being systematically devalued, and the people in charge are doing nothing to stop it. From a purely business standpoint, allowing your billion-dollar asset to get battered week after week is corporate malpractice, which brings us to the most powerful office in the league and the most deafening silence.
More importantly, they're holding Cathy accountable. Cathy Engelbert is the commissioner of the league. She has yet to release a statement, yet to step in to address these WNBA referees.
More importantly, they're holding Cathy accountable. Cathy Engelbert is the commissioner of the league. She has yet to release a statement, yet to step in to address these WNBA ref. That's the core of the problem. While a coach is forced to play 4D chess with the media to protect her player, WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has been completely silent. No statement, no press conference, nothing. And that leadership vacuum has become so obvious that frustrated fans are now looking for someone else to step
Many people could be petitioning for Adam Silver to possibly step in and get
in. Many people could be petitioning for Adam Silver to possibly step in and get. That's right, it has come to this. According to social media reports, there are now active petitions demanding that the NBA's commissioner, Adam Silver, intervene in the WNBA's affairs. Fans have lost so much faith in the league's current leadership that they are appealing to a higher authority. And the worst part is, the inaction has already led to a major, tangible consequence that hurts everyone. That major consequence? The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game. The league has officially confirmed that due to this groin injury, Caitlin Clark has been ruled out of both the All-Star Game and the three-point contest. The single biggest draw for the league's marquee weekend is now on the sidelines. The very thing Coach Stephanie White warned about has come to pass. The accumulated physicality she diagnosed has now directly impacted the league's bottom line and its national showcase. Her public gambit wasn't just a warning, it was a prophecy that the league chose to ignore. So let's be clear about what we witnessed here. This was never really about the Jacy Sheldon clip, as ugly as it was. This was about a coach watching her generational, billion-dollar talent get systematically worn down with no help from the league office. It was about a calculated public statement designed to bypass a silent commissioner and force an entire organization to confront its own negligence. Coach White didn't just comment on an injury, she exposed a flawed system. She played the only move she had left and put the league in checkmate, forcing everyone to see that they knew all along what was happening and they chose to do nothing. So what's your take on all this? Do you believe Coach White's statement was a brilliant, calculated move to force the WNBA's hand? Or was it just an innocent comment that the media is blowing out of proportion? Drop your theory in the comments below. We read all of them. And if you're a narrative analyst who believes the real story is always hiding between the lines, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. We connect the dots on the biggest stories in the WNBA every single week, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Finally, if you think other fans are missing the real story here, share this video with them. Help us move the conversation past the surface-level drama and focus on what's really happening behind